In my last video, I showed you how to warp your loom, and now we're starting out by making sure that we have 10 warp strings. So count them, and if you do, you're good to go. Our kit came with this little wooden tool called a shuttle. You're going to take the first color that you want to use for your weft strings, and you're going to wrap it around your shuttle in between those little notches at the top and bottom of the shuttle. You'll notice that the shuttle is about the width of your weaving, so you can kind of estimate that every time you go across your shuttle, you'll be able to go across your weaving at least once, and it usually works out that it's way more than just once. A good rule of thumb is to wrap it 10 times and then clip your tail. Now you're ready to weave. I always come from the right side with my right hand, and you're always going to go over the first string, which is blue, and under the second string, which is purple. So then you follow that pattern. Over the blue, under the purple, over the blue, under the purple, over the blue, under the purple, over the blue, under the purple. And I pulled it too far. You saw that I lost my tail. So I have to bring that back. If that happens, you can fix it. I'm just figuring out, oh yeah, that goes under the purple, over the blue, and then tuck that tail into the side. Now unwind a little more yarn from your shuttle, and you're going to come in with your left hand, wrapping it around that first warp string, and you're going to go over the purple under the blue. So you're going underneath the blue this time, and that's what creates the lock of the weaving. And then pull the shuttle through and use your fingers to kind of guide that string so you don't have a big loop or too tight of a loop on the side. You're going to use your fingers to kind of place that weft string where it should be without it pulling on the ends the way I am right there. Don't do that. Don't pull so tight that it pulls it in. Let those warp strings stay nice and straight. We're going to use another tool that came with our kit that's called a loom comb. You use the loom comb by putting it over your warp strings and pushing the weft strings up. Now we're back on the right hand side, so we're going to go around that first string to go on top, and then under the purple string, over the blue, under the purple, over the blue, under the purple, over the blue, under the purple. And then take your fingers and place that weft string where it belongs so that you have a nice edge on the edge, and then grab your loom comb and push the weft string up into place. We're back on the left hand side, so unwind a little more string from your shuttle, go around that first purple warp string, and you're going to go underneath all of the blues and over all of the purples. Use your fingers to place that new weft string where it belongs, and then use your loom comb to beat it into place. Beading is a weaving term that means to push the weft strings tightly together. And now we're ready for another pass from your right side. So all of the purple strings will be on top and the blue strings will be below. Pull that string a little bit tighter to get it in its approximate place, and then come in from the left side when all of the blue strings are going to be on top. Pull that so that it's kind of in place, and I wouldn't do more than 2 passes like this before I grab my comb and beat it. My comb has some rough places on it that grab the yarn, If yours does that, you can kind of scrape those off or use a nail file to smooth that. By now you're able to see a nice basket weave. That's that repeating pattern that you can see in my blue. We call that a basket weave. Some people call it a Panama weave, but you should be able to see your pattern right now. And you just keep repeating, and we're going to use up the yarn that we have on our shuttle. And again, the yarn that's on the shuttle is our weft yarn, and we're going back and forth between the warp yarn to make our basket weave. Hopefully you're realizing by now that every time you come from the left, you're going to go over, under, and the blue strings are always going to be on top when you're coming from the left. And when you're coming from the right, you're going to go over, under, except the purple strings are the ones that are on top. So that's a really good way to help you remember the pattern. Here I'm just taking my fingers and I'm noticing that it's getting kind of skinny, so I'm pulling those weft strings out a little bit, and then I'm going to pick up my loom comb and beat my weft strings tightly together. And it's really looking good right now. Hopefully you're really getting the hang of it by now. You just keep repeating that process of over, under, putting it in place, beating it with your comb, and keep repeating that process until you get towards the end of the weft string on your shuttle. I told you before that you should beat or comb your weft after every 2 or 3 passes. Now you can see that I did a lot more than just 2 or 3, and as a result my ends are loose. So I am having to go back in and kind of tighten those up. That wouldn't have happened if I had beat that after every 2 or 3 passes. I'm getting near the end of the weft string on my shuttle, so I'm going to very carefully do this last little pass, and then I'll show you how to add color or change color. So here's my extra tail that I'm going to add on to. I'm going to choose my new color, which is going to be this burgundy color, and then I'm going to wrap it around my shuttle. Now we've talked before about each pass of the shuttle is about a little bit bigger than one pass of your tapestry. So I'm kind of counting as I'm going through, and I want this to be about the same size as my blue stripe, and then cut it off. There are 2 ways to add string. The easy way is to just leave your tail laying off to the side. That's perfectly okay if you want to do it that way. If you want that to be a tighter weave though, and what I like to do is take the 2 ends of the tails together, like I'm doing in the video right now, wrap it around my finger, and then take the tails and put it through that loop to tie a knot. And then pull that knot really tight so that those strings can't slip away from each other. And then I like to take my scissors and just trim off the long tails so it looks a little nicer. And regardless of which way you end and start a new color, you just continue with your pattern the way you were doing it before. Over the blue, under the purple, over the blue, under the purple. And because I have that knot, I'm just taking my time to make sure that my knot gets kind of hidden within my weaving. So you can see that I ended up with one more line of blue, which is totally fine. I'm going to beat that up, and then I'm going to start with my next layer where the red will start showing up. So this is where I'm trying to hide my knot, and I'm following the same pattern over the purple under the blue because I'm coming from the left, and I'm pulling that in, and I'm really paying attention to where that knot is. This is where you'll see how I hide that knot behind my work. So I beat it up, and I make sure that those little tails are facing the back of my work. And I'm going to flip it out here so that you can see what it would look like if it was facing the front of my work. You'd totally see the knot then. So I don't want it that way, I want it facing the back. And then I just continue on with my new color and follow the same pattern. When I'm coming in from the right, I'm going over and under the purple, and I'm putting it into place, and I will beat it up with my comb. Right here you can see that I'm starting to pull a little bit too tight on the right hand side, so I'm pulling that weft string and that warp string out to try to keep that nice and straight. I cut a section of my video out, so I do have quite a bit more of the red done, and I'm near the end, and oh, look what just happened. I lost my weft string. It came off the shuttle. That will happen when you get near the end, so just make sure that you hang on to it when it gets near the end. And I'm going to make one more pass, and then I'll change colors. Remember, when you get near the end of your color, it's okay to just let the tail stay loose and start with a new tail. That's a perfectly okay way of doing it. Or you can tie the two tails together the way I'm doing it in the video. They're both okay to do. If you're going to tie it nice and tight the way I'm doing it in the video, and then I take my scissors and I just trim back that tail a little bit. And then take your new color and wrap it up on your shuttle. Again, I did about 13 passes to have it the same size, and then you're ready to weave with your new color. This is where I'm going to have another knot come into my weaving tapestry. So I want to make sure that that little tail is tucked behind the weaving and that it will get covered up as I continue my basket weave. So if it's popping out towards the front, just twist it back with your finger so that it is tucked behind the weaving. You know all of the basics of switching colors and doing a basket weave. I'm going to show you how to finish in the next video.